By the time he started pulling invasive plants from parkland about 15 years ago, Patterson Clark had an antagonistic relationship with them. But he also didn't like the feeling of just killing something, even if it was only a weed.
Some people who volunteer to pull weeds are called weed warrior. I don't consider myself a warrior. I'm more of a gatherer.
The self-described weed gatherer now gives these plants a new life.
When I first work with a plant, I call that prospecting. I'll sit with a plant, study its nature, cut it, bring it back into the studio, and then start running tests to see if it's good for pigment, paper, other kinds of fiber.
The branches of the invasive white mulberry tree are good for making paper.
I generally go for stems that are larger than my pinky and smaller than my wrist.
Clark starts by making a pulp of the stewed white mulberry bark. The next step is to make a mold, making sure the top is even, then pressing out as much water as possible. After a few hours, the transformation is complete.
This is dampened white mulberry paper.
For inks, he turns to invasive ivy.
These are ivy leaves. They're the source of my green ink.
Other colors are extracted from other sources.
We have yellow from Mahonia. We have aqua from bush honeysuckle, and red from the stems of multiflora rose.
Clark creates digital designs on the computer, then cuts them into blocks of wood.
I use digital techniques in this work because they help me expedite the process.
Then he rolls his plant-based ink onto the block and transfers it onto his handmade plant-based paper. And the result is invasive plant art. For writer Faiza Elmasry, I'm Faith Lapidus, VOA News.